The reason I started the Society for Suicide Prevention was because I lost my son to suicide at the age of 15. Suicide is a very taboo topic, and so people who are depressed or suicidal don't easily reach out. I think bullying can lead to suicide because often people who are bullied are people with many other issues and not able to cope.
Some of my students are out of school because they were bullied. Some of my students have been removed from their community school because they bullied other students. And I work with other students who don't fit either of those criteria. From what I've heard of those who've been bullied, usually it's to do with things like appearance. It's to do with peer groups and who they hang out with. Threats are a big thing, and not just face-to-face. We talked about, social media is actually a huge catalyst in bullying in schools.
It's really hard for someone to say to their friend who they're worried about, are you feeling suicidal? Do you have a plan? Are you thinking of killing yourself? These are all things that we want you to say now to someone you're worried about. But it's very difficult to talk about. If you say to someone, well, have you asked them if they're suicidal? Oh no, I couldn't do that. So we it's a difficult subject. There are always signs. It's just that often the signs are well hidden and we don't know what to look for. So the point is to educate people so that they know what to look for, and so we'll be a bit more on the alert and recognize the signs and get that person help. I think the community is very scared when people they know lose someone to suicide. I think they're very scared.
So growing up, everyone gets bullied, or at least most people do, and when you're a kid, you don't always know why. You just know that something's different about you and that someone else doesn't like that.
The word bullying means so many things. I think part of the problem is that it means so many things to different people as well. I think that when we talk about bullying, sometimes the idea of bullying is so general that we sometimes miss the ideas around the specifics of why young people are being bullied. Often we say things like, young people are being bullied and we should stop it. But the real issue is, well, why are they being bullied? What are some of the issues that they're dealing with? And that's where bullying stems from, is people's identities.
Bullying is treating anyone unfairly. It's neglect, it's hurt, it's pain, it's the isolation that so many people feel. And the end of bullying is just learning how we can better connect to each other and how we can treat each other better.
The racial factors certainly play a huge role in how we're bullied, and I think that part of this is also looking at our current government and what laws and policies they're passing when it comes to immigration issues, when it comes to what kinds of clothing we wear, from the turban to the headscarf.
Taking any flying lessons lately? What is this? Your handkerchief?
We need to really promote prevention through not only teachers and counselors and parents, but also through youth themselves, because ultimately they're usually the ones closest to the bullying, and if they're able to step up and stick up for somebody, we need to really honor that.
I think that it's the skills that young people need, and I think we forget to provide, as adults, we forget to provide those skills to young people. We take it for granted that they either are too young to know or they're too young to deal with this kind of stuff, but reality is that they're dealing with it like in elementary schools, right? And So part of that is trying to provide young people opportunities to see their community in a holistic way.
We won't save everybody, but we can save an awful lot of people.